Have you ever heard of an object so cursed that it had to be locked away from the world forever? Tonight, we're diving deep into the chilling tale of the Basano Vase, a beautiful artifact with a deadly history. This isn't just a story. It's a warning about an object that seems to carry a fatal curse. So, turn down the lights, get comfortable, and let's uncover the dark secrets of one of the world's most haunted items. Our story begins in 15th century Italy, a time of Renaissance art, burgeoning science, and dark omens. In a small village near Naples, a young bride was preparing for her wedding. As a gift, she received a stunning silver vase, intricately carved by a master artisan. It was known as the Basano Vase. She was overjoyed, believing it to be a symbol of love and a bright future. She couldn't have been more wrong. On her wedding night, the bride was found lifeless on her chamber floor, the beautiful vase clutched tightly in her cold hands. The cause of her death was a mystery, a sudden tragedy that cast a dark shadow over what should have been a joyous occasion. This was only the beginning of the vase's terrifying legacy. After the bride's tragic death, the vase was passed to a close family member. It was a beautiful, albeit somber, memento of a life cut short. But soon after, this new owner also died under mysterious and unexpected circumstances. Panic began to ripple through the family. Could it be a coincidence? Or was the vase itself somehow connected to these sudden deaths? The family, now terrified of the object, decided to pass it on again, hoping to rid themselves of whatever darkness it held. The pattern, however, was grimly consistent. Each new owner of the Basano vase met a swift and untimely end. The cycle of death was relentless, and the beautiful silver artifact was quickly becoming a symbol of dread. The family, trapped in a horrifying cycle, became desperate. They knew they couldn't destroy the vase. It was too valuable, and perhaps they feared destroying it would only anger whatever spirit was attached to it. So they decided to hide it, secretly under the cover of darkness. They passed it from one branch of the family to another, each hoping it would finally be the end of the curse. But the curse followed the vase. The death toll continued to rise with each new keeper. It's said that the vase passed through several hands, and none of its owners lived long after acquiring it. Realizing that simply passing it on wasn't enough, one owner, driven by fear and a desire to end the bloodshed, made a drastic decision. He took the vase to a secret location and buried it deep within the earth, hoping to seal its malevolent power away from the world forever. Along with the vase, he is said to have buried a note, a desperate warning to anyone who might one day unearth it. Beware. This vase brings death. For centuries, the Basano vase lay dormant, buried and forgotten. The world moved on, and the memory of its deadly curse faded into local folklore, a ghost story whispered on cold nights. Then, in 1988, the vase was rediscovered. A man, completely unaware of its horrifying history, unearthed it while digging in his garden. He found the lead casket containing not only the beautiful silver vase, but also the cryptic handwritten warning. He brushed off the note as a silly prank or an ancient superstition. He saw a beautiful antique, a potential treasure. He cleaned it up and, according to the legend, decided to auction it. The vase was sold to a pharmacist who reportedly paid a handsome sum for the rare artifact. Just 3 months later, the pharmacist died under mysterious circumstances. His family, now in possession of the vase, quickly sold it to a surgeon. The surgeon, a man of science and logic, likely scoffed at the idea of a cursed object. But his skepticism couldn't save him. He died just 2 months after acquiring the vase. The curse was back, as potent and as deadly as it had been centuries ago. The pattern of death had re-emerged from the grave, and the Basano Vase was once again claiming lives. The vase's journey of death continued. After the surgeon's demise, it was sold to an archaeologist. Surely, someone who studies history and artifacts would be immune, right? Wrong. The archaeologist owned the vase for only 2 months before he, too, met an untimely end. By now, the trail of bodies connected to the vase was becoming impossible to ignore. The story started to spread, gaining notoriety. It was no longer a forgotten local legend. It was a terrifying, modern-day horror story. The vase passed to one final private owner, who died within a month. 4 deaths in a very short span of time, all linked to this one object. The families of the victims, connecting the dots, finally decided that enough was enough. They had to get rid of it. But how do you get rid of something that seems to kill anyone who touches it? Desperate and terrified, the families of the victims contacted the authorities. They explained the string of mysterious deaths, all linked back to the acquisition of this single, beautiful vase. The local police, the Carabinieri, were initially skeptical, as you can imagine. Cursed objects are the stuff of movies, not real-life police work. But as they investigated the deaths, they couldn't deny the unsettling correlation. The evidence, while circumstantial, was too compelling to dismiss as mere coincidence. Faced with an object that seemed to defy all rational explanation and leave a trail of death in its wake, the authorities took an unprecedented step. They confiscated the Basano Vase. So, where is the Basano Vase today? This is where the story gets even more mysterious. According to the legend, the police, not knowing what else to do with it and unwilling to risk another life, decided it had to be sealed away. They reportedly placed the vase back into a lead box and buried it again, this time in an undisclosed location. Some say an ancient cemetery or an unmarked plot of land. They attached a stern warning, declaring it a dangerous object that should never be opened. Some versions of the story claim it was handed over to a museum or a scientific institution, where it remains under lock, hoe and key, hidden from public view and sealed within multiple layers of protection. No one knows for sure. The exact whereabouts of the Basano vase are unknown, and perhaps that's for the best. What could cause such a thing? Skeptics, of course, have their theories. Some suggest the vase might have been made from or coated with a toxic substance, like lead or arsenic, which could have slowly poisoned its owners over time. Others point to pure coincidence, a string of unfortunate events amplified by the power of suggestion and a frightening story. After all, once a legend like this takes hold, any death can be attributed to the curse, whether it's connected or not. But for those who believe, the explanation is much simpler and much more terrifying. They believe the vase is imbued with the sorrow and anger of the original bride, who died on her wedding night. Her spirit, they say, is attached to the vase, lashing out at anyone who dares to possess the symbol of a happiness she never got to experience. Her tragic end created a powerful curse, an eternal echo of pain that clings to the silver. The story of the Basano vase serves as a chilling reminder that some things in this world might be beyond our understanding. Whether it's a genuine paranormal artifact or simply the subject of a powerful and persistent urban legend, its story has captivated and terrified people for decades. It taps into our primal fear of the unknown, the idea that inanimate objects can hold ancient grudges and malevolent energies. The fact that its current location is a mystery only adds to its mystique. Is it still out there, buried deep in Italian soil, waiting for another unsuspecting person to find it and reawaken the curse? Or is it locked away in a vault, a silent testament to the deadly power it once wielded? We may never know for sure, and maybe, just maybe, it's better that way. What do you think? Is the Basano vase a truly cursed object, or is it all just a fantastic story? Let me know your theories down in the comments. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this journey into the dark side of history, make sure to hit that like button. Beat and subscribe for more tales of mystery and the unexplained. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious.